Hi, I'm Loli, and I'm so glad you are here.
In today's video, we will be using some interesting supplies to create some spring DIYs. We'll be using a garden fence, a plunger, and some rubber stamps, part of the Just Our Imagination challenge. I will tell you a little bit more about it later into the video. I am so excited to show you what I made, so let's go in with the first inspiration. I will be using one of these planters that I got from Dollar Tree. I haven't seen in previous years, but I went over and I sprayed paint the inside of it, and I just did one rough coat. Then I brought it back in once it's dried. I'm going to take some chalk paint and dry brush the outside on the opposite direction of the grooves, so I have some of that brown color show through. And this is what it looked like when I was done. So then I'm going to take the garden fence right here from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to take it outside, and I'm going to spray paint the back side of it. I want to do something different with the front. Once that was nice and dry, I brought it back in, and we are going to work on the front of the fence. This I wanted to have it look, a little bit more distressed, so I did not want to give it a solid color. So I'm just dry brushing some of that chalk paint on here as well. If you're here for the first time, welcome, and if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. I hope you enjoy this video. All right, so this is what it looked like once we were done dry brushing all of that. So now that it's dry, I'm going to go ahead and connect the two pieces together. It comes with like a little stake in one side and then the little grooves on the other. So just put everything in place, make sure that it will snap correctly and that they were nice and even. Then I'm going to take that planter that I painted before, and we're going to add this right into it. But it didn't have the best of, stability, as you see right there. So what I did is I'm going to take some hot glue and add a nice amount of hot glue where the little sticks at the bottom hit the planter. And then I'm going to add some floral moss to the bottom as well. As I mentioned earlier, today's video is part of the Just Our Imagination challenge, and it is hosted monthly by Brenda from Rustic and Lace DIY and Kathy Joe from Kathy Joe DIYs. And their guest host this month is Jackie from Jackie Burns Creations. The links to their channels and to their playlist will be linked in the description box below and also pinned in the comments. Make sure that you head on over to the channels and to their playlist and show everyone some love. In this step, just make sure that you add a nice healthy amount of hot glue to make sure that the floral foam pieces completely adhere to the bottom of the planter. Now that they're all in place, now we're going to come in with some of this floral, actually greenery that I got probably in 1960. I think I got it from Michael's in clearance. So what I did is I just put it right at the center, and I'm spreading all of the pieces of greenery, some of them letting them come through the fence. I am trying to mimic a garden that is just growing naturally out once the spring is here and is allowing it to grow lushly. Then I took some of this lemongrass with some, these are actually butterflies that I got from Dollar Tree. I'm just going to spread the branches around, and I'm going to put them right at the center of that greenery piece. And I'm going to just go ahead and stretch out each one of the branches so my butterflies are spread out. I also added this pick. It's pretty much the same type, but the flowers here are more of a fuchsia color. Then I took this other pick from Dollar Tree. I am loving this color. It's like a peach color, or like an orange, I guess you can call it. And I'm going to add, I think I used about 2 picks of these, putting them into the sides and then spreading the flowers around. Pretty much that was it. This is how it looked like when I was done stretching the picks and making it to my liking. Then I'm going to take this plunger and I'm going to spray paint it with this white color. Once it dried, I'm going to just go ahead and take one of these hula hoops from Dollar Tree. And what I did is I took this soldering machine that I have. And this is such a cool tool, but I was so scared, guys, because I am such a klutz and I always get into accidents while I'm crafting. So I was so scared I was going to burn myself badly with this. But no, I was successful. Just be very careful with it, okay? If you have one of these. They are a godsend. I love how cool it was to just cut through this plastic without having to worry about it cracking. Then I took my heat gun and I'm going to use it to help me make this hula hoop a little bit more malleable. So I'm just heating it up, not getting too close because I'm not trying to burn the plastic that is wrapped on. I'm just trying to heat up the plastic enough so I'm able to bend it and create more of a curvature than the hula hoop already has. I kept doing this until I got to that angle that I needed for the top of my hula hoop. And I use a paper towel to avoid getting burnt. Once the hula hoop was as bent as I was imagining I needed, I took some hot glue and I filled up that little hole with a stick where I went, and instead I filled it up with that glue and I put that hula hoop into it and then sealed the edges until it was completely saturated with hot glue, held it in place until that glue set. And then I removed any excess I had with the little edge of my E6000. So the other end of my hula hoop, I wanted it to be more straight. So here I'm heating up that middle portion of the hula hoop, and you can see there how it starts stretching and it starts relaxing. And I kept trying to, put some force on the opposite way until it pretty much became straighter. Now using some zip ties, I'm going to attach the hula hoop and the plunger piece to the planter. So I'm going to place it exactly where I want it, and then using in the soldering machine, I'm going to put holes on either side of the hula hoop just so I have exactly the measurement of how I need to do in order to zip tie this together. So here I just did 2. I wanted to make sure that it fit. It did not. So I took the soldering machine back onto the holes and made them a little bit wider. Then I threaded my zip ties coming in from the outside, from the inside of the planter, to make sure that that little safety piece, so that square piece at the end of it, will be inside the planter. I looped it through the outside and brought it back in, and I'm just going to create 3 of these loops so I can just slide my hula hoop right into it and tighten the pieces up until they're nice and secure. But it was a little bit unstable. It was tipping over sideways. So what I did is I took another piece of zip tie and I looped it from the inside towards the outside and one of the first holes that I had, and then I looped it over the edge of the planter so it will be holding the hula hoop itself. And then I zip tied it to the back. And I did the same thing going the opposite direction using the opposite side first hole as well. And that created the best stability. And then I painted the hula hoop in white. I added some fairy lights onto the bottom of the plunger, as you see there, with the fairy lights coming down to mimic the look of water flowing down. Look how cute that is. I love it. I want to take a quick moment to say thank you to my subscribers for subscribing, commenting, liking, sharing. All these things help me tremendously. They help my channel grow, and I appreciate you very much for them. And if you have not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and subscribe and join the Loli D's Creations family. It is free and it means the world to me. For our next inspiration, I'm going to be using one of these wood rounds that I got from Dollar Tree. I'm just going to go ahead and remove that hanger and put it to the side. We're not going to throw it out. We're going to use it later on. Then I took my chiffon cream from Rust-Oleum and painted my wood round with it. While that dried, I'm going to take one of these rings from Dollar Tree, remove that tag, and I'm going to paint it with some Pool from Waverly. Put it to the side, and we're going to be working with one of these signs from Dollar Tree. I'm going to remove the hanger off of that and sand off the flower, and I'm going to paint the background using some Pool color from Waverly. Oh, look how cute that's coming out. Then I'm going to come in with this moss color from Waverly, and I'm going to go ahead and paint the leaves as well as the stems of the tulip. And then I took some maize from Waverly, and I'm going to paint the petals of the tulip. And while this dries, we're going to decorate the wood round. I used one of these stamps from Dollar Tree, remove it from the packaging, and put it in one of the stamp little pads from Dollar Tree. Then I took some moss color from Waverly and I'm going to add it to that tag as you see right there and use it as a ink pad. So I'm going to press my stamp onto that tag, and I'm going to go ahead and stamp it on the edges of my wood round. I'm going to do it all the way around, just keeping a nice safe distance in between them, and I want to have a variation of some of them missing some of the print, just so it looks like it's a little bit worn. And I went all the way around the entire wood round. And while that dries, we're going to work on our hanger. So I'm going to bring back that jute cord, and we're going to use some of these beads from Dollar Tree that come in a set of those various colors during the Easter time. There's two different shades of blue. So I'm using two of the darker one of the lighter, and one of the yellow. So I am putting one of the darker ones first, then one of the lighter, one of the darker, and a yellow. And I did that pattern until I achieved the hanger length that I desired. If you're with me this far into the video, thank you so much. Leave me a flower emoji so I know who you are. Now it's time to place the hanger back in place, and we are going to go ahead and just do a double knot on there, making sure that it's nicely tight against that edge of the wood round. And then I'm going to tuck the little end into the bead and make sure that the bead slides into or on top of the knot. And then we're going to do the same thing with the other side. And now it's time to put everything together. We're going to take this little ring that we painted with the pool color, make sure that everything lines up correctly. And once we are sure it does, I added hot glue to the back of the ring and positioned it in place. If you're enjoying this video so far, please make sure that you leave me a like, comment, and let me know what part did you enjoy the most about this video, and share, because sharing is caring. Alright, next we're going to go ahead and put a whole bunch of hot glue in the middle, because we need to position this tulip right at the center and make sure that it's nicely secured. Make sure everything is nice and straight. Once that's done, I'm going to come in with this little bow that I made from some ribbon from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to place it right in the hole above the tulip to cover it up. And that is it for this DIY. Let me know what you think. I think it's so cute. Let me know in the comments below how you like this project. So for the next inspiration, we will be using one of these plunger sticks from Dollar Tree. The first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and cut it. I did that using my miter saw. And then I'm going to go ahead and sand down the edges. I did that off camera. Then I took one of these wood bases from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to sand off all the rough edges. I'm going to remove all the dust, and then we are going to take a combination of wood glue and wood hot glue to attach the plunger stick to the middle of the base. I make sure to hold it down tightly until the wood hot glue sets. Now I'm just removing the excess that's seeped on the edges. Then I'm going to take some of this white chalk paint and paint that with it. While that dries, I'm going to take one of these little planters from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to paint it also using the same white chalk paint. I ended up giving it a total of 3 coats. Then I'm going to use this candy holder from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to paint the lid white and the lip at the bottom of the dish. Now it's time to assemble everything together. So first I'm going to take that stick and put it in the bottom of that planter and trace it. Then I'm using my heat tool. I'm going to go ahead and cut that circle completely out of the bottom. Then I'm going to slide the planter down the plunger pole and adhere it to the bottom using some wood hot glue. And make sure to press it down firmly until it dried. Now it's time to go ahead and add the candy dish to the top of this. So I'm going to just go ahead and add some hot wood glue, I should say, in the bottom of the dish. And I'm going to press it down onto the plunger stick, hold it in place until that sets as well. And this is what our project is looking like so far. Now it's time to add some floral foam into the planter. I just cut it into small pieces and place them next to each other, making sure that it was tightly securing the stick as well in place. Now I'm using some of these florals that I got from Dollar Tree, and it's going to cut them into individual pieces and place them around the pole. Once all the floral is in place, I'm going to take some of the Spanish moss and I'm going to cover any areas that have any of the floral foam still showing. But I'm not done yet. I'm going to take one of the steel light candles from Dollar Tree and we're going to add it inside of that candy holder. Place the cover right back up there, and now we are done with this beautiful piece. Let me know what you think about it. And here we go with the final reveal. Don't forget to let me know which one of these is your favorite. My friends, as always, thank you so much for watching. Be blessed, be a blessing, and craft responsibly. And if you would like to follow me on social media, here are my social media links. And don't forget to visit my friends in the playlist. And here are some suggestions that you are sure to enjoy. And you're more than welcome to binge away with this playlist as well. Thanks again so much for watching. You're amazing. Bye.